people are dealing with airport queues, delayed flights, and cramped seats. There's a completely different world of air travel, where you don't arrive 2 hours early. You don't go through crowded terminals. You don't even see the airport the way everyone else does. You drive straight to your aircraft, board in minutes, and take off on your own schedule. Welcome to the world of ultra-rich secret air travel. A world where time is more valuable than money, privacy is non-negotiable, and flying is not just transportation. It's a completely personalized experience. And in this video, we're going to break down how billionaires, CEOs, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals actually travel, the hidden systems behind private aviation, the types of aircraft they use, and why this industry has grown massively even into 2026. But before we dive in, make sure you subscribe if you want more deep dives into luxury, wealth, and the systems the ultra-rich use every day. Because once you understand how this world works, you'll never look at airports the same way again. Let's get into it. The biggest difference between regular air travel and ultra-rich travel starts before you even get near a plane. Because the ultra-wealthy don't use standard airport terminals. They use something called FBOs, fixed base operators. These are private terminals located at airports, completely separate from commercial passenger areas. Instead of crowded check-in lines, you walk into a quiet lounge. Instead of long security queues, security is discreet, fast, and often handled in minutes. And instead of boarding groups, you walk directly from the lounge to your jet. No waiting, no chaos, just efficiency. At major global airports, including hubs in Dubai, London, New York, and Los Angeles, these FBOs operate like luxury hotels. You'll find private suites, conference rooms, high-end catering, and even concierge services that handle everything from ground transport. At the entry level of ultra-rich travel, you have light jets, smaller aircraft used for short trips, usually carrying 4 to 8 passengers. But as you move up, things get serious very quickly. You have mid-size and super mid-size jets, which offer more space, longer range, and better comfort. Then you step into heavy jets. And this is where luxury starts to feel like something else entirely. Aircraft like the Gulfstream G650 or Bombardier Global 7500 can fly across continents without stopping. We're talking New York to Dubai, London to Singapore, nonstop. Inside, these jets are nothing like commercial aircraft. Private airliners. These are actual commercial-sized planes converted into flying mansions. Think Boeing 737s, 777s, or even Airbus A320s customized for a single owner. Inside, you'll find boardrooms, master suites, bathrooms with full showers, dining halls, and interiors that look more like luxury apartments than aircraft cabins. Some even include offices and meetings, not just the purchase price, which can range from $5 million to over $70 million, but also maintenance, crew salaries, fuel, hangar fees, and operational costs. In many cases, annual operating costs can run into millions, which is why many people at the ultra-high net worth level choose access over ownership. The real elite travel ecosystem includes something called private aviation networks. These networks connect aircraft, operators, and clients globally, allowing for instant access to flights almost anywhere in the world. Also possible, because private aviation is not limited by airline schedules. It operates on demand, and that's one of its biggest advantages. Now let's talk about privacy. Because for many ultra-rich individuals, this is actually the most important factor. When you fly commercially, your travel is visible. You go through public terminals. You interact with staff. You sit among hundreds of passengers. In private aviation, none of that exists. Flight details are confidential. Passenger lists are controlled. And in many cases, even the aircraft registration can be structured to maintain anonymity. For celebrities, CEOs, and high-profile individuals, this level of privacy is invaluable. It allows them to move without attention. When you fly commercially, your schedule is controlled by the airline. Departure times, connections, delays, everything is fixed. In private aviation, you control the schedule. If you want to leave at 3 a.m., you leave at 3 a.m. If a meeting runs late, the plane waits. If your plans change, the route changes. This flexibility is one of the biggest reasons why business leaders rely on private jets. Because time is their most valuable asset. Saving even a few hours can mean closing a deal, attending multiple meetings in different cities, or simply maintaining a level of efficiency that commercial travel cannot provide. Now let's talk about something that has grown significantly in recent years: ultra-long-range travel. As of 2026, aircraft like the Global 7500 and Gulfstream G700 have pushed the limits of how far private jets can fly. We're talking about flights that can connect major global cities nonstop with extreme comfort. This has made private aviation even more attractive for international travel. Because now, you don't just save time at the airport, you save time in the air. Now here's another layer most people don't think about: customization. Private jets are not just bought, they are designed. A flying extension of the owner's lifestyle. Now let's talk about cost again, because this is where things become very clear. Private aviation is not just expensive, it's a different category entirely. Chartering a private jet can cost anywhere from a few $1,000s per hour to over $20,000 per hour, depending on the aircraft. Owning one, that's a long-term commitment in the tens of millions. And yet, demand continues to grow. Why? Because for the ultra-rich, the value is not in the cost. It's in the benefits: time saved, privacy maintained, convenience achieved, and experiences elevated. Now let's bring it back to the bigger picture. Ultra-rich air travel is not just about luxury. It's about control. Control over time. Control over environment. Control over movement. And that's what separates it from everything else. Because at this level, flying is no longer just about getting from one place to another. It becomes part of a larger system. A system designed to maximize efficiency, comfort, and privacy at every step. And once you experience that level of travel, it's very difficult to go back. So the next time you're at an airport, waiting in line, watching departure boards, listening to boarding announcements, just remember, there's another world happening at the same time. Quiet, private, and completely out of sight. So now I want to ask you something. If you had the choice, would you invest in a private jet? Or would you stick with first-class commercial travel and use the savings elsewhere? Let me know in the comments.